So all of those stars, all the stars you see in heaven, well, yeah, heaven, all the stars you see in the sky, they're angels. They're watchers on the wall. Science can say whatever they want, but they're watchers on the wall. They're talked about all through the Bible. The North Star, the brightest star, is Jesus. And people will say, no, but the North Star was in the Old Testament. Yeah, so was Jesus. Jesus was there from the beginning. So it's talked about over and over again about the stars. Most of the stars that, let's say the good stars, that fall to earth, but they don't fall. They come to earth because they're trumpeted to. They come with the sound of a trumpet. But the shooting stars that you see, those are fallen angels. They leave their post. They leave their proper place of dwelling, as it says in the book of Jude. So there's a reason our government doesn't tell us anything, because they know that they're colluding with stuff they shouldn't be. And I don't mean China and Russia. They're colluding with entities. They're not from some other planet, okay? Joe Rogan should really lay off the DMT. They're colluding with fallen angels. It's all through the Bible. This is what the Bible's about. Revelations 22:16, really the end of the Bible. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify to you about these things for the churches. I am the root and the descendant of David, the bright morning star. The angels in Revelations come with the sound of a trumpet. A constellation, and that government program is called Immaculate Constellation, is an area on the celestial sphere in which a group of visible stars form a perceived pattern or outline, typically representing an animal, mythological subject, or inanimate object. That is what the science, the Department of Defense, the very foolish people have been up to. So is it any wonder they keep everything from you? Matthew 2:9, after listening to the king, they went on their way, and behold, the star that they had seen when it rose before them until it came to rest over the place where the child was. This was obviously when Jesus was born. Yes, the North Star guided them. Now you might say, well, then how could Jesus be the North Star? Well, he's God. It's God. God was guiding them. Jesus was there in the beginning. Jesus wasn't just something God conjured up later. No, he was there at the beginning. That's why it says in parts of Genesis, as it says in the Tower of Babel, we must go down there and do something. We must stop the science from their ridiculous activities because they know no bounds. Revelation 6:13, and the stars of the sky fell to the earth as the fig tree sheds its winter fruit when shaken by a gale. These would be the stars that didn't come with a trumpet. It even says in the Bible, I'll show the verse, that God names the stars because the stars are angels. They are the watchers. Again, they're the watchers on the wall. So every time you see all those stars, realize they're the angels watching the wall. And the fifth angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star fallen from heaven to earth, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit to take care of the fallen angels. The angels that decided that we're going to buck God's plan and we're going to do our own plan. And it's the ones going to the bottomless pit that our government and Department of Defense and Science has been messing around with. Isaiah 14:12, how you are fallen from heaven, O day star, son of dawn, how you are cut down to the ground, you who laid the nations low. Why do you think this world tells you to wish on a shooting star? Well, because then you're wishing on a fallen angel. You're wishing on darkness. You don't want to see shooting stars, even though we've been told, oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, look, a shooting star. Yeah, it's angel falling from heaven deciding I'm done with God's deal. So not going to be coming here to, do any good. And as I said, the book of Jude is only 2 pages. Anybody can go handle that. Handle 2 pages. It's the book before Revelations. Jude 1:13, wild waves of the sea, casting up the foam of their own shame, wandering stars, for whom the gloom of utter darkness has been reserved forever. What is the gloom of utter darkness? The bottomless pit. Because they are not forgiven. Because they just aren't. God, this is an area only God handles. God handles this. Your military, I don't care what country, is not going to handle this. It's God. And this goes further about the bottomless pit. And the 5th angel blew his trumpet, and I saw a star fallen from heaven to earth, and he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. Now, this star fallen isn't fallen because it's choosing to leave its post, but because it's following God's orders. It's following the king's orders. He opened the shaft of the bottomless pit, and from the shaft rose smoke, like the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened with the smoke from the shaft. Then from the smoke came locusts on the earth, and they were given power like the power of scorpions of the earth. They were told not to harm the grass or the earth or any green plant or any tree, but only those people who do not have the seal. Now, this is where the argument comes in, because everybody says, this is the mark of the beast. Yeah, I think most of Revelation's already happened, because otherwise, if you want to look at all of Revelation's playing out now, then you're making a liar out of God. Because the very book begins with, these things will soon take place. And they did. The earth was, the sky was blackened for 2 years, as I said, in 539. So much of the beginning of Revelation, I'm not saying all of Revelation's played out, clearly not, but much of the beginning already did. And this is an interesting verse from Revelations. Then I looked, and I heard an eagle crying with a loud voice as it flew directly overhead. Woe, woe, woe to those who dwell on the earth, at the blast of the other trumpets that the 3 angels are about to blow. I think the 3 angels, the last, because I should say trumpets. There's 7 trumpets. I think we're in the area of the last 3 trumpets. And some of that's my opinion. Now, the theologians and the experts and the science, but these are the same people that have created a bunch of problems, in my opinion, because instead of knowing it from God himself, which is where they all make their mistake, they just decide to be an expert at, I'm going to study it, I'm going to dissect it and pull it all apart, and I'm going to be an expert because I went to seminary school or I went to some university. And it's like, well, the fallen angel, the one and only Lucifer himself, which is light bearer. That's the reason when they fall, their light just shoots. It's really, if you look at it, that's the dwelling place of God. That's why when you look up and see all those stars, you're not supposed to worship all that. But you should recognize, no, there's a heavenly realm there. Those are the watchers on the wall. You don't want to be seeing shooting stars. Not unless they're the one, even the shooting stars, even the ones that fall because of the trumpet sound that are working, doing God's orders, they shouldn't be lighting up the sky like that. So I think it's we're in the 3 last trumpets, and I'd have to look and see what are the last 3, but that's my belief. So this is a wandering star. It is a fallen angel. Again, constellations are stars. Throughout the Bible, the stars are the angels. And in the book of Jude, go read it, 2 pages, it says they're the watchers on the wall. And some of them left their proper place of dwelling. They become a shooting star when they leave their proper place of dwelling.